Hi, my name is Strauss and I'm a classical violinist. I grew up in San Francisco and got my degrees at Juilliard and USC. Right now I'm based in LA, and with the current pandemic situation, I'm finding new ways to teach remotely, practice, and to share my life through this vlog. So sit back and subscribe. Okay, so I have a really interesting topic this week. Before we get to that, I have a quick meeting with LA Music Center. Right now I'm managing Melody of China. You can check them out here. This meeting we're discussing about how we can bring virtual concerts over Zoom for students. Really interesting topic that I want to get to this week, so stick around. So this week has been really weird. This weekend, there was a heat wave.
As a record high heat wave engulfed California over the Labor Day weekend, locals in Santa Monica grabbed their surfboards and umbrellas and hit the beach.
And temperatures went up to 108. Monterey Park is 108 degrees. 108. Back to the vlog. Hi, Hucky. And because it was so hot, there was also a huge fire up north.
We begin tonight with the state of emergency in California as
more than 24 wildfires burning, fueled by record-breaking heat and already taking a record toll.
And because of the fire, now there's so much ashes blown into LA, and the whole LA is covered in ashes now. Look at all these ashes. There's ashes everywhere on this ground. Look at that smoke. Which means that there's definitely no running for now. It's not healthy. If I had to share one thing from my meeting this morning, it'd be that classical music and instrumental music will never ever be the same. Which is why now we're going online and we're trying to do virtual concerts for people. And it's just that it's never going to be the way it was. And part of why I started this vlog is so I could tell a story. Today, I have a story. I started the violin when I was 8, and basically for the next 13 years, my parents invested so much time and money into lessons, finding the right teacher, finding the right instrument. And early on, I knew I wanted to do this. There's so much time and energy spent into practicing and getting into the orchestras that I wanted to in order to get the experience I needed for me to get into the conservatory that I wanted to get into. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that all of these things at the end of the day, it truly challenges our patience, our discipline, and who we are. And it's definitely not a joke for the amount of practice and effort and money that's gone into what we do. Although it just looks like we're just playing an instrument, but it's so much more than that. So when March of 2020 came around this year, musicians, especially classical musicians, we were hit really bad. Concert halls were closed right away, and performances and gigs couldn't happen at all. So right away, everyone was trying to find a medium for them to share their work online. Hey, Jen!
It's so good to see you.
Oh my god. Okay, thanks for doing this. Hi! Wait, oh my god.
Hello.
Wait.
Okay. This should be fine now.
Has this year COVID-19 situation been difficult for you? And what's changed about your life from all of this situation in the most brief way?
Well,
Yeah, the COVID-19 situation has been difficult. I was able to return home and I have a place to stay. And my family and I have taken the quarantine quite seriously.
Yeah, I mean, in a lot of ways, it has been difficult for me because a lot of personal goals, financial goals, I thought they were gonna kind of just sort themselves out. It was planned to be okay by June, but everything kind of fell apart.
This pandemic has saved me, okay? One sentence. It has given me the lifestyle I have been craving for since the last 2 to 3 years. It's not that I want to live like this forever, but I needed this kind of time.
Have you had a chance to talk to some of your close friends? And what do you know what they've been up to?
Recently just started at USC 2 weeks ago and we were trying to play quartet via Zoom in time. And everyone's internet connection was awful, but I just got the chills when I saw my first violinist, her bow started moving. And I felt that connection, even though it was weird over Zoom.
Yeah.
It was still something I had missed over the 6 months, and I still miss.
I came here early March because there was a gig here, and it was actually during USC spring break. So I was like, oh, great. I can be here for like about a week, and then I go back, right? And things will be normal, hopefully. But then COVID escalated right after the gig. So I ended up being stuck here because it was not safe to fly, and flights were canceled, plans were changed, everything. So we decided to stay here. And we didn't know we were going to be here for this song, but I got very lucky that the friends that we were staying with, among the group, we were able to put together a string quartet. And between Eric and this other friend, we have enough recording equipment. So we decided to do a project, like a string quartet album of arrangement of the last queen of the Hawaii Kingdom songs. One of the musicians here transcribed it, arranged it for string quartet. So we ended up working on it. So we recorded like 15 tracks, and the album's actually coming out soon, the end of September. Yeah.
A studio department. We have a very, very nice group of people, around 20 faculty plus students, and we all want the best for each other. We all support each other. Whenever there's a concert or competition, we all go. Yeah, it's very fortunate to have this group of people. I could say he is my best friend, like new best friend. I admire him so much for his pure passion and love for music.
This all makes me think about what is going to be the future for us, and how are we going to sustain something that requires so much intimacy around what we do. If you had to predict, how do you think classical music or instrumental music is going to evolve and be like in the future? Where do you think this direction will take us?
Hopefully what we'll see is more information online. I didn't realize this until this pandemic, and there's so much available online. And a lot of these professors and performers are being so open with their platforms on social media.
So if we, having so much resources we learned from professors, peers, and if we perform and we practice so much, then can we take some 30% of time or so to invest in some of the technologies to try to make content
on Zoom? And the accessibility to information is so great right now. I think that's a positive. In the next couple of years, it's only going to continue to grow.
I think in the future, we're probably going to go on virtual reality. Yeah. It's already like people are developing it faster than ever these days, especially after COVID. Like they're like, it's a perfect chance, right? And I know Oculus Quest just came out like a few months ago, and right now it seems to be mostly video game players that have those. But eventually, I really think it's gonna be in more parts of our lives, and as well as concerts.
There are a lot of hungry, say, like music enthusiasts out there. They want to see content. They don't have the access. They can only fly in, or if you go to their town, they may come in for a concert. And that is so limited.
Since this has never happened before, we're kind of left with finding out what works best for us. And for people who want to share, they're going to have to find a medium for them to share their work, because that's probably the only way to do it now.